Goddess is Mother Nature. We agree about that. One of the most potent ways to pray, to recharge, to connect with Goddess is indeed being in nature and practicing sacredness and magic in nature. But, affirming that does not mean to say that there are no other ways to connect with the goddess also in a city temple. Some days ago, students of La Sapienza University of Rome came here to the temple and I held a class for them. She is studying urbanistic anthropology. She asked me, Maya, but if goddess is nature, how can you join goddess spirituality with the fact that the temple is within the city and the city is full of buildings and concrete, and that you also use technology? Amazing question. Listen to the answer.
Hi, I am Maya Vassallo di Florio. In this space, I answer the most common questions about personal blooming and empowerment. Touching philosophical, spiritual, cultural, and social themes, I support you in making the difference in the world. I'm here to guide you blooming in the marvelous creature you are, one petal at a time.
Welcome to this new Aphrodisia episode. We start today with this clever question from Julia, and I want to go straight to the answer today. Saying it synthetically, the answer is harmony. Harmony in mythology is Aphrodite's daughter. She's an emanation of Aphrodite as a whole and one goddess. In fact, Aphrodite comprehends everything within her in a non-dichotomic perspective. So let's go in order to answer Julia's question, which I'm sure is something relevant to many of you, because it is conceived as something in opposition, temple in the city or goddess in nature. And I'm gonna explain you why both of them can be true. First, true, goddess is nature, and she is also something that we can create because we are emanation of the goddess. So she is also creation, and she is also what we do within the temple. For example, during my trainings, my courses, the practices we do in the opening hours of the temple, we practice a lot within the temple, but I also take people in pilgrimage to old, sacred, ancient places of the goddess, ancient temples, ancient sacred sites in Lazio region, so around Rome, in the surroundings of Rome and on the Lazio coast and countryside, which is full of sacred places and ancient temples. Mwah. In fact, I created the project Reactivation of Ancient Temples and Sacred Sites Sacred to the Goddess in collaboration with the directors of sacred goddess sites in order to make them live again and to re-signify and re-sanctify and re-sacralize their energy and to claim the right for us goddess people of nowadays to celebrate within those ancient sacred goddess sites. So she is both nature, but also what we created. Not only the temple, the modern Aphrodite goddess temple here in Rome, but also the ancient temples were built by human beings. So yes, those two were sacred. And I'm gonna get back on that point again during the episode. Second point, yes, goddess is nature, but she is also temples and our creations. And this time I'm not just talking about the temples, but also about the altars you have in your house. In my book, Aphrodite Unveiled, which is just in Italian, but if you want, you can try reading it because it's full of images and ancient quotes and researches which might be interesting for you. So in the description, I'm going to put the link if you want to buy the book and try reading it in Italian. In my book, Aphrodite Unveiled, I was saying I talked a lot about the practice with altars or to the altars because it is a mirror of what we have inside of our connection with goddess. So we can connect with the goddess being in nature and we can harmonize with the seasons and with the changes of the landscape in nature and bring it back into the houses through the altar, through the house's decoration. And this is something that I am not the only one to sustain. In fact, if you have ever been to Crete, one of the most amazing islands in which matriarchy was practiced, you will see houses and buildings and palaces that were decorated with natural motif. So to create a continuity, a continuum between the outside, the nature outside, and the inside of the houses, because there was no separation. So it was also a different way to conceive life. There was no neat separation. There was not an o or logic, but an and logic. So both things can be true. I can connect with the goddess in nature and I can connect with the goddess within my house at my altar, practicing at my altar. So there is no dichotomy, there is no separation, there is a continuum between the outside and the inside, the above and the below, as the Hermetic principle also says, because we are nature. And we also can bring nature in the places we inhabit just by coming in that space. We bring nature just because we enter a space, and we can make it more natural, building it like our nest somehow. In this period of the year, we start from autumn to create the nest in order to rest during the dream time, what in the Aphroditic tradition we call the dream time. We can call it Yule, we can call winter, we can call it Christmas time, according to the spirituality or religion we follow. So, for example, for our pets, for example, let's take the cat as an example, just because I have a cat. If the cat captures a mouse, there will be no problem for the cat to bring the mouse inside our house, just because they don't perceive some contrast between the outside and the inside. They are creatures that really understand the non-dichotomic and non-separation reality. So we should really look at them and to start thinking less about this and using less this attitude to put everything into a box and look at life as with an holistic view. So it's true that there are some goddess places naturally sacred in nature, and it's also true that we can sacralize any place. And that's what we did with the temple here. Of course, our goddess temple, Aphrodite goddess temple, is near to a very sacred river near here. So it's close to a sacred spot, and it's on Monte Sacro, a sacred mountain of Rome. So, of course, it's a naturally sacred spot, but also we sacralize the place. Both things are true. Third point, yes, goddess is nature, and goddess is also relationships. So, relationships with what? With our body and our emotions, our needs and desires, first of all. Relationship with nature, which is goddess, so nature, mother goddess, and relationship with other people. I repeat it again. Goddess is also relationships with our body and emotions and sensations and desires and needs. Relationship with Mother Nature, Goddess, and her creatures, and relationships with other people. Three things which are the nucleus, the core of happiness in the Aphroditic tradition. If we care about these three relationships, we can be an harmonized person. Within the temple here, we gather with the community and we weave significant relationships with people with common values, and we join in sacredness and celebrating, also knowing that whenever we celebrate we make our relationships stronger. So the relationship between us and the seasons and Mother Nature, because we do harmonizing ceremonies, but also within the community. As the great anthropologist Sean Wilson wrote in his book, Research is Ceremony, Indigenous Research Methods, whenever we celebrate together in the community, we make the relationships stronger. And we continue weaving together the manifestation and the realization of the values we want to carry on, the Aphroditic values of care, sacredness of pleasure and sexuality, sacredness of the body, sacredness of matter, sacredness of life, beauty, harmony, mutual care, empathy, non-violent communication, and so on. If you want to know more about the Aphroditic values, see in the description and you will see the link to listen to the episode in which I speak about Aphroditic values. In my book, Aphrodite Unveiled, in fact, I speak about how Aphrodite is a goddess of wild nature as well as the civilizing force of beauty and the civilizing force of love. I might stop here, but I won't, because there is the last point that Julia asked me, and this is the fifth point about technology. How can goddess be in nature and also be spread, let's say, as a spirituality, as a philosophy through technology? The one of technology is a very controversial matter because we know that technology is possible at the price of huge environmental damages. And we know we are all responsible for that if we have one of those. And just if we have a computer, a personal computer, if you are listening to that and me talking, we are all responsible for that because we are using technology. At the same way, technology, socials, the internet is allowing the journeying and spreading globally of goddess spirituality. And in particular, I'm working a lot to make people know Aphroditic philosophy and spirituality all over the world. Also, I collaborate with many universities of Italy and the world, and Aphroditic philosophy and spirituality I teach has been recently cited by Oxford University. So this is great. I have students from all over the world. This is great, and this is thanks to technology. It is thanks to technology that we can speak worldwide about the goddess and make her known, make her go out, emerge from the abyss of oblivion and tell people goddess is here, she's always been here, and tell people about the truth, about matriarchies of the past and of the present, because there are matriarchies also in the present. And this is thanks to technology that, in a certain sense, goddess is now more fashionable, so that a colossus like Disney and Netflix are centering their productions on the goddess. Let's just think about Moana, Let's think about all the TV series and the movies and the feminist and goddess based movies and productions which develop around the goddess or feminine principal characters, which are totally different from those of the past. This is a revolution, a goddess revolution we are in. And this is thanks to technology. So it's very controversial. And there is also something good out of that. We have a physical temple here, but thanks to technology, I can reach people with online conferences and online ceremonies all over Italy and all over the world. Parenthesis. You will see the link to the next online bilingual international ceremonies of the temple. One is just tonight, so just book. It's for free. It's a total gift. But of course, if you want to give and support the temple and make a donation so it will continue existing as a physical place and offering all those beautiful contents as I'm doing right now, you can also feel free to donate, and we will be really grateful for that. So click on the link in the description if you want to subscribe to the free ceremony of tonight and to discover all the next ceremonies we offer. And these are thanks to technology. There are people that have not the bliss of having a temple in their city, but they can commune with this worldwide Aphroditic community and celebrate together and feel within a family. This way we can really realize what the amazing philosopher and theologist Mary Daly wrote in her book, Realizing the Archaic Future. And we can reach as much people as possible and join in the Aphroditic values to bring a real change in our lives and in the worldwide community. So I answered every detail about this beautiful question Julia asked, but at the end I want to answer the main question, which is under her question: how can I connect and commune with the goddess in the city? Just come to the Goddess Temple of Rome if you're nearby, or come in pilgrimage. There are people coming from all over the world. Or have an Aphroditic goddess experience by attending our online international bilingual ceremonies, which are translated Italian, English, English, Italian. You can take the courses and workshops and trainings I offer, and if they are in person, I will take you to the most ancient and sacred and magical goddess sites here in the center of Italy. If you are in Rome, the temple is open every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. So there are many, many ways. And of course, subscribe to my Circle of Aphrodite. You will see the link in the description. So you will have continuous nourishment emails if you want to study and enjoy and really taste and live in your everyday life Aphroditic philosophy and spirituality. And subscribe to the newsletter of the Tempio della Grande Dea, the Goddess Temple of Rome. So you will receive all the infos about the upcoming ceremonies and courses of the Accademia, because there are courses I personally offer as the founder of the temple, but also courses offered by other amazing priestesses and priests and professionals in line with the Aphroditic values. So I am really happy if you listen up to this moment. I want to thank you for being here and to tell you that these episodes of Aphrodisia are possible thanks to people like you, because every time you share the episodes with people who might benefit from them, you're not only supporting Aphrodisia's episode and Aphrodisia's project, you're also helping other people out there which are lonely and confused to know that a different way of living is possible, and we are creating it, we are doing it, we are making it, and we are everywhere. Aphroditic people that are part of this amazing community are everywhere in the world. So let us know where you are. Write me a mail maybe so we can put you in connection. Know also that there is a Facebook group where you can connect with other people and never feel alone again. So I will support you constantly there. In the description, you will find also the link to the Aphrodite group to connect with other people worldwide. And remember to share, of course, to help everyone everywhere in the world through this Aphrodisia's episode. And subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to know when a new episode of Aphrodisia is born. And of course, take 1 second to leave us 5 stars if you're listening the podcasts and you enjoy it, or to write down on YouTube your feedback, to which I will personally answer with great joy. So I wish you an amazing day and meet you as always next Thursday. Bye bye. Mwah.